We've got a lot to talk about in the next 3 minutes. That's all we've got. So let's dive right in. If you are planning travel this weekend, I really need you to keep an eye on the forecast, especially the period of Friday night into Saturday morning, Sunday night into Monday morning. That's when we've got the heaviest hitters of this system coming in. Sunday is Groundhog Day. I guess we'll find out what the groundhog says. I think he should say winter based on our forecast in the next few days. Just a heads up for you, Phil. The one thing that the weather models are agreeing on with this incoming system is the timing of it. It definitely comes in tomorrow morning at some point for most of us. We'll get off and on showers, it looks like, throughout the weekend. You'll notice here, right, a mix of rain, freezing rain, snow. That's what's going to be the kicker with this system, is with several rounds of this and some really cold already ground temperatures from the chilly weather we've had, it's likely to create a mess on our roads this weekend. That is why we have a winter storm watch. It begins tomorrow, because remember, that's the one detail we know for sure, is that at least some moisture should move in tomorrow. But what we see is going to be very dependent on a couple of things, and we'll talk a little bit about that. If you've looked at that winter storm watch from the National Weather Service, that is something that we use to help forecast snow totals. We look at different weather models. This one right here is the North American model. On the National Weather Service advisory for that winter storm watch, it has massive ranges. I mean, we're talking about 3-4 inches for some spots, all the way up to about 20 inches. And that's because that is the thing that the weather models are not in agreement with this system, is just how much moisture we could see. So this is just one projection. This could be completely off from what we actually see, but it definitely looks like central Idaho, Montana areas. We're going to see the highest snow totals there, and then the Seeley Lake Valley up towards Columbia Falls. We'll get some higher snow totals there as well. But here's what could happen. This is what will impact snow totals. We've got some cold pools in places like the Flathead, Missoula valleys because of the inversions. Now we've got a warm front coming in with this moisture. If the cold pools survive that front, we're likely to see some freezing rain, and then we'll get some heavier snow squalls maybe Saturday night. Option 2, this is the second scenario we could likely see, is that warm air clears out the cold pools. We could see more of a down-sloping effect. Those valleys warm up and the snow levels rise a little bit, and we get some less snow, basically. So it really just depends on when that front comes in, what happens with the inversions, and that unfortunately is something we can't predict until it's here. Temperatures today, though, if you've got a cold pool, will be chilly. We're looking at 20s, but places like Superior could see some 40s today. Now, once that front rolls through, though, temperatures should warm up momentarily this weekend. It just won't last long, because another piece of this system coming in is an Arctic air blast. Early next week, we're back to highs in the teens.